What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and today we're starting a series of Cube World. Yes, I ended up playing this game a million zillion years ago. What of it? I had like a 50-episode series, and I mean, needless to say, if you want to see how the game ends up working, of course, when we end up coming to certain aspects of the game, I am going to explain them appropriately, but for the most part, the game hasn't changed a bit. And I'm not saying it hasn't changed much. I'm saying that this game has not received any updates since my last Cube World series. The dev has been tweeting and posting about updates and stuff like that, but honestly speaking, I'm not really holding my breath for any of that. I would recommend you do the same, folks. And not to throw a little bit of negativity his way, but honestly speaking, he did the same thing years ago where he talked about all these updates that were going to be added to Cube World, while none of them ended up actually making it into the game. And then the game also ended up having like a 2 or 3 year hiatus of absolutely no information from the dev. Then he randomly came back, starts tweeting a couple things here and there, and it's getting people really hyped about it. Myself, very, very minimal hype for it, because honestly speaking, like I said, he already did that before. So unless it's in the game, I'm not hyped about it, you know? So anyways, all I really did off camera was I ended up going into the first town right here. We had our spawn point generate over here, and then I just came over to the city. So we'll probably end up making this our main home away from home just for the beginning portion of the game while we're kind of upgrading our gear and everything like that. But otherwise, I wanted to head over here and see if we could end up completing a dungeon today and kind of explain a little bit of the different gameplay mechanics for all of you that don't know what this game is, because like the last time this game had an update was in 2013. So hopefully it ends up getting updated, but again, you know, I'm not holding my breath. We'll see what ends up happening. So we are playing as the rogue character, and of course it's an open world VOXEL game. There's all sorts of enemies that you can end up finding. They generate strong, weak, whatever. There's different aspects of the game. There's actually stamina, which comes into play with dodging, and the way that the dodging works in this game is it's completely based off of your stamina, but while you're dodging, you actually don't take damage, as near as I can remember anyways. If we end up holding control, we can actually climb on stuff, which also takes our stamina. Look, I'm a cicada. And which is that, you know, that annoying Japanese bug. Oh my. Okay, he's blue, so that means he's a good guy. Hello Buster. How are you? Clearly doing better than you with your gross face. Like, seriously, look at this guy. I actually really like him though. But anyways, yeah, we're playing as the rogue character. We're level 1 right now. Whoopsie daisy. Where's the button? There we go. And as you end up choosing either a rogue, a mage, or a warrior, or an archer, you kind of have 2 subclasses within. So we're going to be playing probably as the assassin, way of the shadows. Each special attack increases your stealth. Stealth increases damage, critical strike chance, and regenerating MP. Or there's the ninja class, which is specialized in evasion and counterattack. So this guy's rolling around on the floor a lot more, rather than this guy who's kind of like more up in your face and stuff. And not to mention we have like secret stealth attacks and stuff like that I really enjoy. So you can see this is one of the enemies right here. He's actually got, oh, we're gonna help our friend. I'm coming, dude, don't worry, I'll protect you. Yeah, we got him. So long as we do it together, we are all good. All right. I mean, we actually took some mega damage right there, like seriously. But yeah, he ended up having a yellow or orange health bar, which means that he was a more difficult enemy, to say the least. And as we're kind of wandering the world, we're going to be gathering, hopefully I'm going to be able to even go over here. We're going to be gathering different ingredients that you kind of use to craft like healing potions and other special items that you'll end up coming across. The thing that's really cool about this game is not only just its generation, it's just beautiful, but it also actually has a loot system. So as you end up defeating certain enemies, you're going to end up getting your hands on There is nothing special. Yeah, right. That's where we resurrect, by the way, is at the nearest angel statue. Don't think that you have to actually talk to it, but yeah, you can end up getting random generated gear and stuff like that. Okay, he's a low-level bat right here, so we should be able to take this guy on. Technically speaking, as far as the game is concerned, there's actually infinite levels as well. And so long as we get the timing right, the combat is actually very skill-based as well, where we can actually get some of the smaller enemies stun locked, not to mention, you know, we're kind of stealthing as we're going invisible with our guy. The mana generates based on our attacks. So it's kind of like chaining a combo together, let's say. Now, the darkness is one thing that I've never really liked about this game, because it gets way too dark. Like, especially at nighttime, there's rarely going to be a chance where we're going to spend any time in the darkness at all. Like, seriously, I do not want to spend any time in the darkness, and we're gonna avoid it like the plague. There are bombs in the game that you can end up getting, but they only work on certain terrain, mostly inside the caves, rather than being able to destroy the entire environment. And honestly speaking, even though they're fun and cool and stuff like that, there's not really any reason for them, you know what I mean? And of course there are different biomes in the game as well that you're gonna end up coming across. And the thing that I think is really well done about the game is that the way that the enemies end up generating and the dungeons end up generating, like, there might be like that mountain right there. Maybe we would see as we end up getting up to it that it's actually a dungeon and there would be a boss fight at the top of it. And of course, if you can end up actually beating the bosses, okay, these guys are too strong, then obviously you're gonna end up getting some very, very good loot, right? And as we're leveling up as well, you know, we gain infinite skill points. Hello, little kitty. And also Pet Master. That's one of the coolest aspects of the game, because as we get Pet Master, well, not necessarily as we get Pet Master, but as you end up giving certain ingredients and food items to certain animals out in the world, of course they end up having the specific foods that they like, you can actually tame them similarly to Pokemon. And actually, you could technically tame every creature in the game. You can't ride all of them, though. Okay, you can't ride all of them. You can tame most of them, but you can't ride them. Let's see if we can actually fight this owl right here. Oh my goodness gracious, he is very, very difficult to face. There we go. Because there's certain enemies for sure, like this guy right here. He's actually a very difficult enemy just because of his attack speed. And that also has a part to play, because as you end up learning the different attack methods of certain enemies, of course, obviously, you're gonna want those enemies on your side. And especially there will be certain enemies that stun very well and stuff like that. So, you know, it's gonna be a lot of fun, but at the same time, like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, hup! Ha! You can't best me! Ha! Jeez Louise! Drink a potion and run away! The way that the potions end up working is they end up regenerating a lot of your health. Technically speaking, if I was better at fighting, we could probably get away from this guy. Wait, that dwarf is a bad guy! Oh no! I thought that was a good guy! Please! Attack the biter! Why is it still after me? There, jeez Louise, is it gonna attack him? I don't think it is. Well, hopefully we can end up fighting this mage. Ouch! I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. All right, you're going down, Buster. Yeah. You think that you can handle this? I gotta try and get our attacks off very, very well. Woo, there we go. What did we even end up getting there? Just some copper. Oh boy. Still very exciting though, especially when you get into the combat and stuff like that. We'll see what ends up happening with this series though, folks. No promises how long it's going to be, because like, that's the thing too, is as this game hasn't really updated, even though it's a fantastic game, it's kind of more like a tech demo, because there's not really that much you can end up actually doing in the game. I mean, of course, you know, we can go to a dungeon, we can clear it, and then we could end up waiting a time for it to actually respawn all the enemies and stuff like that, or just go and grind specific enemies so that we can end up getting a bunch of levels and stuff. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, there's not really that much depth to the game, kind of at the moment, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness gracious. Seriously? Drink a potion. Drink a potion. It's because one of them is a little bit stronger. Okay, let's see if we can time this properly. Because that's the thing too, is if we end up rolling at the right timing, we can actually dodge them very, very well. Like, there definitely is a timing to the combat and to the enemies and stuff like that, which makes it very, very interesting and very, very skill-based. I might actually end up using a controller a little bit later on in the series, just because of the fact that playing as a fighter character is definitely a lot more exciting with a controller. At least that's what I think anyways. Not that the game actually has, like, proper controller support. Where is our inventory, though? Here we go. So we got some shoulder pads that we can't use until we're at power 5. I think that's just level 5. And then there's this sword right here, which although we could end up using this one, and it is beautiful, this one is more for crowd control rather than the other one that we had, which is more about the dual wielding aspect, which definitely is a lot cooler in my opinion. And then of course there's these little fisticuff things, which this is more like, that's the thing too that's so cool about the game, is the different aspects of combat. Whoopsie daisy, I forgot how broken this game is. Because we can end up fighting very, very differently if we're using these melee, you know, these punching gauntlets, right? So I want to see how this actually ends up operating, because last time I ended up playing this game, whoa, we're fast. I might actually main that. I kind of like it. We might not necessarily have as much crit chance though is the thing, but we'd have to see how that ends up operating. But I do definitely like how fast he is, like seriously. And at the moment anyways, I don't really see any disadvantage to, because the Iron Fist is actually like, yeah, like you can see the Iron Fist is actually the exact same as the Iron Dagger, at least at the moment. You know, it might have a more obvious change a little bit later on. But at the beginning of the game, I mean, the fists definitely seem to be a little bit better. Oh, I like that roundhouse kick. Oh man, is that good. Haha, roundhouse kick. Dude, that's so cool. We're definitely not gonna have enough potions to take on that dungeon though, that's for sure. Watch this. Ha! That's right. We might technically be a lot weaker. I wanna actually test this out on these little rabbits right here. Let's see, are we actually a little bit weaker here because of the fact that... No, it actually seems to be doing the same amount of damage. Maybe we're generating more mana or something, or maybe the power attack is just a lot better. I don't know, but I like these fisticuffs. Like seriously, let's be a boxer. Ha! And I like that roundhouse kick. That thing's cool too. Nice indicators too, as you kind of get used to the enemy attacks. Like, you can kind of see very obviously that that dude was going to attack us. Now, that's the other thing too, is this ogre right here. These are like a random generated bigger mob that we can end up fighting, right? It takes a long time before you're actually able to defeat these guys, but once you do, you can end up getting some pretty nice weapons from them. And technically speaking, we could beat him just because you can actually dodge all of his attacks and stuff like that, right? But he's gonna one-shot us, which means that it's gonna be way too difficult. And not to mention, we're not gonna do much damage on him. Like, let's just experiment with this right here. I'm probably gonna die because, oh my goodness gracious, I forgot that he did that weird windmill attack. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. But as you can see, like, there's just no way that we're gonna be able to defeat that guy. Like, seriously, Shrek'd. Literally, we got destroyed by that creep. Okay, where are we? Are we at the last statue that we talked to? I don't think that we are. No, we're just at the nearest one, aren't we? Or maybe it's like the nearest one we discovered or something. I don't know. But needless to say, you know, when you get to the later portions of the game, there's like hang gliding and stuff like that. There's mounts and everything. Technically, you know, you can ride most of the creatures that you can end up taming in the game, not necessarily all of them by any means possible. Is there a crafting menu? Yes, there definitely is. And we can't get water potions or health potions unless we have a water flask, which is something that I should have definitely spent most of our gold on in town. But anyways, folks, that is all the time that we have for today. So hopefully you're gonna enjoy the new series as much as I'm gonna enjoy presenting it to you. Kind of a nice trip down memory lane here to replay the game, and well, needless to say, hopefully he'll end up updating it. I don't know what'll happen, but let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Sayonara and stay epic.